Hello everyone. You've probably listened about this big guy known as King Kong. Decades have passed since the moment this legendary beast was created, but in the last years he's come back and has appeared in all kinds of movies and spectacles. But one day we became curious and started to wonder if there are any movie monsters stronger than King Kong. And as a matter of fact, there are. Today we're going to show you 10 incredible creatures which can put up a good fight against this famous primate and beat the shit out of him. Let's get it on. Mothra. So, what do you need to defeat a super monkey in a fight? Well, what you actually need is another gigantic animal, and a great option is Mothra, the Moth Queen, which measures almost 500 feet in width. We believe that this monster has everything to go eyeball to eyeball against King Kong. It's time to hide your furry clothes, ladies. In the past, Mothra has fought several times against Godzilla, but to be honest, she didn't always manage to get out of it alive. Nevertheless, the Moth Queen can throw King Kong out on his ear, and if she's hungry enough, then she might easily leave the giant monkey butt naked. Norwegian Trolls. These ugly nocturnal giants became famous thanks to the Norwegian film Trolljägaren, also known as Troll Hunter. There have been all kinds of trolls in history, but these ones are especially disgusting, and we believe that one of these might be strong enough to put up a fight against King Kong. But there's a big problem. These monsters are afraid of light. If the primate manages to find a lamp or a big torch and points the lights in the face of the troll, the creature will immediately transform into stone. But if this doesn't happen, then Kong will have to run with all his heart to escape from these creatures. Gigantic Octopus. Most of you probably don't remember or simply don't know that King Kong has already been in a fight with this sticky and repulsive creature with at least 8 arms, if not more. In that battle, believe it or not, the giant monkey managed to defeat the Kraken and sent it back into the sea. Obviously, King Kong had a huge advantage. The battle took place on his territory, on land. You're right if you think that it wasn't very fair. But if someday King Kong wants to swim a little bit and encounters a giant octopus in the middle of the sea, then he's going to have a bad time. The Blob. This fight wouldn't be as spectacular as the rest, given that it'll be over in just a few minutes. Why, you ask? Well, because this alien amoeboidal entity that looks like a filthy piece of jelly eats absolutely everything that it touches. And that includes, obviously, giant monkeys. King Kong may try to hit it, to throw it against a wall, or to attack it in any possible way, but it will all be in vain. This perfidious blob is quite the enemy. In order to destroy it, our big monkey would have to freeze it and take it somewhere cold, like the North Pole. But can he do it? We believe he's not smart enough to make it. Optimus Prime. Well, I think we all agree that this huge robot can defeat almost anyone without even trying too hard. Yeah, we know Optimus has a good heart, but this huge machine can put up a fight against the biggest and scariest monsters of all time. His incredible physical strength and its combat abilities make Optimus Prime almost an invincible enemy. But being invincible does not mean you're invulnerable. In practically all the Transformers movies, Optimus Prime dies some way or another, but once he's dead, some miracle takes place, and he comes back to life and is even stronger than before. So even if King Kong manages to defeat Optimus in some unexpected way, he'll still come back to life and kick the shit out of that monkey. Gamera. This giant flying turtle can easily reduce to crumbs anything that comes in its way, thanks to his jaw filled with the sharp teeth and tusks. King Kong will have to hide behind the closet tree to not get eaten. The advantages of the giant turtle are pretty obvious. On the one hand, the primate has no chance to break Gamera's stone shell, which conveniently covers all of its body. On the other hand, King Kong will not be happy to know that Gamera can blast off mighty plasma fireballs from its mouth. But Gamera has a weak point, and that is low temperature. But probably the fight will not take place under bitter frost, and King Kong probably isn't a big fan of extreme temperatures himself. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. At first sight, you might think that this huge piece of marshmallow can't possibly be a threat to anyone. Watching this fluffy sailor walking through the streets of New York in the film Ghostbusters was very funny. Some actually believe that this is the sweetest monster in the history of filmmaking. In the original film, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is just an innocent creature, but the Sumerian deity Gozer turns the small Marshmallow Man into a vicious monster that destroys everything around him. In order to destroy their fluffy enemy, the Ghostbusters have to burn him using their particle throwers. But King Kong doesn't have such weapons, and so it might be a little difficult for him to get rid of the Marshmallow Man. 50-foot woman. This used to be a common woman with an average height and an average life, but after an encounter with some little green men, her life changed and she started to grow, reaching a height of 50 feet. Just by looking at her, King Kong will shit his pants, because he's used to little women not bigger than his own hand. It'll be a real nightmare for him. Can you imagine the reaction of the primate once the 50-foot woman begins to punch and kick and scream like crazy? Yeah, King Kong, run, because you've got no chance against her. Cthulhu. An octopus head, dragon wings, and a human body, and yeah, it's more than 300 feet long. Such a description can only mean one thing: Cthulhu, the Great Dreamer. This monster can eat King Kong for breakfast and will have room for dessert. This huge cosmic creature has been feared and worshipped since ancient times by everyone with a head on his shoulders. A good head, of course. It's said that if you look at Cthulhu even with a corner of your eye, your brain will be fried, and you'll lose all ability to think. Scary, right? Godzilla. Well, this is the most famous movie monster of all time. The rumors say that this fight will take place quite soon. In 2020, the movie King Kong vs. Godzilla will arrive to movie theaters all over the world, and we think that the reptile has big chances to win. This monster can destroy huge skyscrapers as if they were made of paper, and it's already beaten a lot of monsters before. It is an awesome creature, but we'll have to wait 3 years to know the truth. So for now we can only wait and make guesses about the outcome of the fight.
Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.